One of the most important things that we need to try and achieve as drummers and musicians is to be as relaxed as possible when we play. Now, of course, this can be much easier said than done. If we're trying to consciously think about being relaxed when we play, we oftentimes achieve the opposite result of tensing up more and overthinking. Today, though, I want to share with you one very easy, super simple, but extremely effective technique to relax more when you play. And the best thing is, it takes literally no practice at all to do it. Let's get into it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Drummer's Perspective. My name is Ben Todd and I'm here to help broaden your scope of what's possible as a drummer. Thank you so much for checking out the video today. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that like button. That really helps me out here. Before we get into it, I want to offer you a free gift right at the start, and today that's my 7 ways to attract more work as a drummer PDF guide. Now, if you're a drummer who's out in the scene, you're playing a few gigs here and there, or perhaps you're actually quite established in the scene, but you still want to be working more and maybe playing in some different musical environments, or perhaps you're just in the practicing stage of your development, you feel like you're working on the right stuff, but maybe there's some other avenues of the music industry that you want to learn about, but you're not really sure where to start in terms of bringing in more income later down the track, then this guide is perfect for you. Inside, I offer you my 7 best tips to broaden your scope of what's possible as a drummer and using your current drumming skill sets as a foundation, but building on top of that and hopefully bringing in a little bit more income, a little bit more work, and most importantly, some more musical opportunities for you down the track. The best thing about this guide is that only one of the steps involves picking up a pair of drumsticks at all. So if that sounds good, head on over to drummersperspective.com/7ways and download that free PDF guide right now. So the technique I want to talk to you about today is something that I picked up when I was lucky enough to have an in-person lesson with the great Dave Ehrlich back in 2019 in LA. Now, if you don't know Dave, he's just an absolute master and specialist at looking at the ergonomics of drumming, and he's helping so many drummers all over the planet, in his words, get out of their own way by just helping them be as relaxed as possible, grounded and centered when they play the drums. If you haven't checked out his educational stuff already, I really highly suggest you go and take a look. He's got an incredible coaching course. He also does Zoom lessons, or if you're lucky enough to be in LA and have an in-person lesson, I really highly suggest it. It was just one of the most transformative lessons I'd ever had in my life. When I was lucky enough to schedule this lesson with Dave, I obviously wrote out a whole list of questions and concepts that I wanted to talk to him about. But first and foremost, it was just really about when I'm playing a simple groove, something, no chops, really straight ahead, something I do, 90% of the time, how do I feel the most relaxed and grounded and centered as I possibly can when I play? So he got me to sit down at the drums, choose any tempo I wanted, and just play a simple groove. So I sat down, picked up the sticks, started playing something like fine. Playing it for a little while, and Dave was listening, watching, listening and watching. And after a little while, he stopped me and he showed me the following technique that I'm going to demonstrate for you right now, and it made an instant change in my relaxation, how much more, centered and grounded I felt when I played. I'd never experienced anything like this before, and it was just one very simple move that made all this difference. I'm going to show it to you right now. Ready? You get it? All right, I'll show you one more time. Catch it that time? No? Basically, what Dave had demonstrated to me and brought to my attention was that I was playing with so much tension in my jaw. I was clenching my teeth my whole playing career and development up until that point, and I was completely unaware of it. Now, this is a super common issue with drummers, especially because we obviously don't use our mouths to play our instrument. We can hold an excessive amount of tension there because it's not doing anything. We're most of the time focused on being relaxed in our hands and feet and not really paying much attention to our jaw. That makes it the perfect place to be really tight and tense if we're looking for somewhere to put some tension when we play. As soon as Dave said to me, just open your mouth a little bit, and relax your jaw, I felt an instant change. Like I said, I'd never experienced playing like that before. I felt obviously relaxation in my jaw, but also in my neck, my shoulders, went down into my back and arms. I felt 6 inches taller because I was able to be relaxed here, and it was something, like I said, I'd never kind of done up until that point. I didn't even know that, you could hold tension there, really. But as soon as he showed me and I started playing just with my mouth open a little bit, it just made such a huge change. Now, as I said, this is really, really common for drummers to hold tension in their mouths, and most of the time we're really unaware of it. Now, it did take me some time to integrate into my playing on a level where I don't have to think about it anymore. For a period of time, I was having to, consciously kind of keep my mouth open and keep checking in with making sure that my jaw was relaxed. But now I'm kind of at a point where I can just think about, the idea of having a relaxed jaw inside my mouth. Like, there's no tension there when I do that. In the beginning, though, I was really focusing on keeping my mouth open a little bit just to make sure that I was as relaxed as possible, in that part of my body. Now, this is something, of course, you don't want to overdo. You don't want to be sitting on stage going like, that's ridiculous. And, if you're consciously thinking about keeping your mouth open, and you can be as tense as if you had your mouth closed and clenching your teeth. So just, acknowledge it. If you are someone who is, realizing that they're holding a lot of tension in their jaw or teeth when they play, just open your mouth a little bit. Think about being relaxed in your jaw, and you'll just won't believe the difference. Anyway, for me, it was just such a dramatic change, and I know that it can really help a lot of drummers out there who do the same thing and have the same bad habit. Now, this is a problem that really affects some people, on a daily basis, just in normal life. But for me, like I said, I was completely oblivious to the fact that I was holding so much tension in my jaw for this whole time. But as soon as I became aware of it and started to focus on it and make it part of just how I played the drums, it really just made everything feel so much more relaxed. I had no idea that, so much tension in the jaw could affect everything that I played. So, check in with yourself. Are you someone that does this as well? Are you holding a lot of tension in your jaw and you're unaware of it? Just by making that small change of opening your mouth just a little bit and focusing on keeping your jaw relaxed, you won't believe the difference that it can make. Now, I'm not saying that this is a cure-all technique to fix all of your, tension issues that you might be having when you play, but it's certainly one element that made a huge difference for me. And like I said, I see a lot of drummers out there on videos or live, playing that way of keeping their mouth closed and tight, and there's a lot of tension there that can be released just by acknowledging that you have something that you can focus on, and just open your mouth a little bit, and it will just totally change the way that you feel when you play the drums. This is where videoing yourself can be really, really beneficial and a handy way to check in. You can see, are you looking relaxed? Is your jaw looking relaxed? Is your posture good? Is your technique looking good? Are you holding any tension, in another part of your body that you might be unaware of? I used to video myself just to check in to see how I was sounding, but now it's really to see how I'm, playing posture-wise and technique-wise, and making sure that I'm looking as relaxed as possible. I've certainly picked up things where I've watched a video of myself and thought, oh, my right shoulder's kind of high there, and my posture's a little bit forward when I play this certain groove. So you can just make yourself aware of that kind of stuff by videoing yourself, which you might be completely oblivious of if you hadn't done that. Now, admittedly, I still catch myself out time to time, clenching my jaw and teeth, and it's a bad habit that will take a long time to kind of disappear in all aspects of my playing, particularly when you're going for a certain fill or trying to execute a specific lick in a solo phrase or something like that. You do the classic drummer thing of, tensing your mouth and your upper body just to try and, muscle something out. But, I'm aware of it, and it's something that I'm trying to work on, and like I said, hopefully integrate into my playing overall, so I don't really have to think about it at all. I've kind of gotten to that point with, straight ahead grooves by this stage, but it is just something that, once you're aware of it and you can feel how different it makes you feel when you play the drums, you want to do it as much as you can. So check in with yourself. Are you someone who's holding a lot of tension in your jaw? It doesn't take much to realize, and once you are aware of it, like I said, it can make such a big difference just by opening your mouth a little bit and focusing on keeping these jaw muscles as relaxed as possible when you play. That's it for now. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really hope you've enjoyed the video today of one very simple but effective way to help you relax more when you play. Please let me know if this has made a difference for you, or if you've got your own techniques and approaches of how you think about relaxing when you play. Put it in the comments. I'd love to read it. I know there's a lot of other drummers out there who would appreciate hearing some other thoughts about this topic as well. Thank you so much. Once again, head on over to drummersperspective.com and sign up to the mailing list, and I'll see you next time on Drummer's Perspective.